welcome to DM Podcast, episode 26. And also what's pretty cool is this is going live on New Year's Day. So I hope you've had a good Christmas and a good New Year. And if you're all hungover and you're feeling sorry for yourself and eating crap, at least watch the podcast while doing so. As per usual, the podcast, we just talk about general taxi stuff, anything that's happened in the news, what we've been up to, and general chit-chat. We are currently live on YouTube at Driver Matty, so make sure you're subscribed there so you can keep an eye out for the next live. And obviously, as per usual, check out drivermatty.com, check out my sponsors, the services provide, etc., etc. Much appreciated. Now, I am with Mikus and Marcus, and obviously they're with me each week, the Gang of Legends. Mick, I still can't pronounce your new TikTok name. Scouse.
Scouse. It doesn't really matter because I'm not posting anything. I've give up again. So yeah, but
Give up again on it.
Scouse Sim Gamer.
Scouse Sim Gamer, but we also like to call him Mick. And also, Mark, have you been posting on your TikTok or not bothering?
I am, yes, but I haven't done for the last few days. But I am.
Driver hire Brooks. But listen, guys, you need consistency. You need every day and do it for years and years and years and years and years. And then eventually you get okay.
Thing is, Matter, we're busy, not unlike you.
10-minute TikTok. 10-minute TikTok, that's all it takes. How long did you have between your two airport runs this morning, Mark? Tell me, please.
About 5 hours.
5 hours. And you couldn't slip in a 10-minute TikTok. Don't chat bubbles, son. Right? Welcome to the podcast. And yes, we are all busy, Mark. Just I'm better at managing my time. All right. And yeah, we're just doing a podcast as per usual. We're live on YouTube and all that jazz. Blah, 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 blah. Episode 26, blah, 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 blah. Let's start off with what we've been up to. Now, we'll go to Mark, because he's already more or less said what he's been up to. But Mark, go for it, lads. What have you been up to today?
A couple of Manchester airports, out to Manchester. Got there for about 6:30, then at 11 o'clock land. So I sat around for about 5 hours, bored.
What did you
do? Watched 2 Venoms.
You should go to... I don't know whether it's open now, like this time of year, but you should go to Runway Visitor Park when you have that much time.
I know.
Watch the cafe in there, you can see the Concorde, you can watch the planes take off and land.
To be fair, I hadn't done my books for a couple of months, so I got up to speed with that.
Also, the pub at Terminal 3 is pretty cool as well, Mick. I like that one as well. Is it the
pub in there as well?
It's called the Runway
in there as well.
There's a little bit more to do at the Runway Visitors Park, though.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I went to the Runway pub, I'd get drunk.
I'll just say I've never been there. Visitor Park. I'm going to have to make an effort to go there.
Oh, mate, it's brilliant. Take the kids as well. It's a good day out.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, Mark, so nice little chill day for you. Have you got anything else for the rest of the day, Mark?
I might go out and do Uber after this. I might do.
Okay.
But
okay, yeah. Right.
Traffic around here is really busy, so because we're right next to Meadowall, so
Nothing will put you off an Uber shift, Mark. Nothing will put you off an Uber shift. Mick, what have you been up to today?
Pretty quiet, to be honest. 2 Liverpool airports, and I've got one later on tonight.
Nice taking over for a little weird. Isn't it weird between Christmas and New Year? Like, I don't even know what day it is, or like what time it is, or the diet, and just eating crap and drinking crap, and just it's just a weird time, isn't it? It's just a weird time between Christmas and New Year.
Yeah.
But yeah, this morning, fun fact, guys, I went on Uber Eats for a bit of fun, bit of content, and obviously I wanted to actually do a little content for the YouTube channel, but also it's fun to take the kids out and let them earn a bit of money as well. Do you know what I mean? I didn't take the kids this time because I'd never done it before, and I was a bit nervous doing it. So yeah, it was high opening, to be honest. It was fun, enjoyed it. Something different. Obviously, it won't replace private hire Uber, but it's definitely something different. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever either of you done any type of food or delivery?
I did during COVID and after COVID. It wasn't Uber Eats. It were called they were our local firm, City Taxis. Can't remember City. I don't know. I can't remember what it was called. I did it for about a couple of weeks. Never again. No.
Why?
I don't know. It's not for me.
Best passengers in the world.
I know, but
Right. I'll be honest with you, Mark. I loved it. Obviously, I didn't do great money. Do you know what I mean? But like these days, Uber's not great anyway. The normal taxis. But I like the fact that I was going in. I was getting out the car, a bit of cardio for one, instead of just sitting in the car. It was a change of scenery. Like I went into Mackey's, got the food, went back, done a couple of drops, went into Subway, went into Starbucks. But to be honest, I spent more than I earned because every time I went to Starbucks, I got myself a latte. And then when I went to Mackey's, I got a Mackey's. And do you know what I mean? I kind of spent more than I was earning. But it was fun, and obviously the content's good and all that. And it is a nice change than dealing with passengers, man, innit? Sometimes you just like it's just a nice little reprieve. That's why I secretly like Amazon Flex as well, for that same reason. Just passengers are just nice and chill, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Have you ever tried delivery, food delivery or anything like that?
I've done Amazon when in COVID, didn't I? And I used to do Flex before pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Amazon was good, but I mean, I was doing it on a higher scale than Flex. Do you know what I mean? I was doing 300, 350 drops a day.
Were you doing the big van stuff?
Like I was doing it in my tranny, in my Reynolds. I took the
Yeah,
seats
but I mean,
out
like,
in that, boarded her out in COVID, and went and done it in my Reynolds. So it's like
yeah.
transit van. That's what I done all COVID.
Fair enough, fair enough. How are you finding Uber at the moment?
Um,
There's not the
well,
three of us. You're normally the positive one, aren't you?
well, I'll give you the positive. Uber took 0% off me last week.
Wow, how have you managed that?
Didn't
How
do a
are you
job.
doing it?
I didn't do a job. Do you know what? I've not even looked.
God, how did you manage that? Did you really? Yes, you didn't do nothing last week.
Mate, I put it on, and honestly, I'm finding it so hard in a bus now to do anything, and it's costing as well. It's costing me because of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really bad. Like I can't. £4 car jobs, yeah, okay. It's good paid rates, over £2 a mile.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But how tedious in a bus that is
On
unbelievable.
Smith Down and the little side streets and all that.
It's just so tedious. Like I think you can still go out and earn money. Don't get me wrong, but I think you've got to be in a car. I think it's literally built and building towards electric vehicles.
Prices, do you mean?
What?
The prices are more inclined to people with electric vehicles with the cheaper
just
running costs.
because I'm telling you now, them £4. Because every time I put X on, mate, the first three offers are £4 under a mile, or just or the most you go for £4 is a mile and a half. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you're bopping around doing them all day long, you'll clean up. Do you know what I mean? But trying to do that in a car, in a big hearse, as I've had my van called before, it's just not doable.
No. How you finding it, Mark?
Uber. Gets me out of the house, I suppose.
And the worst thing is as well, over Christmas I've probably seen the worst rates.
I reckon as soon as that grey smog come back on the app, that's what the revenue rates have changed. And I don't know what's going on with it, but it hasn't been the same since.
There's a little sweet spot around the £7 mark. Normally when you see around the £7 job come in, you think it's usually around 3.5 miles. As soon as it starts creeping over that, the miles seem to go up. And it gets closer, like 10-mile job, £14 the other day come through. And it was over going from Chilwell area to over the water.
Yeah.
And I was just
I did
that's X.
Yesterday, my last job, it was £16.50, I think, and it went just over 14 miles to £16. It were all motorway, and it took me about 25 minutes. But I did it because it was on my way home. That's the only reason why I did it. But
I'm literally going out now and switching. My X doesn't get switched on anymore, even if it's quiet. And if it is really dead and I'm sitting around for ages and ages, I'll just come home because it's not worth me doing next work anymore in a bus. It really isn't.
I think that's the hardest part. I think it's either. I reckon the main problem with Uber at the moment is our principles about it. I reckon that's our biggest thing, our principles about it.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying over where it should be double rate. Like, why should Delta, Alpha, and the local firms, and other firms be time and a half, double, and then here's little old us running around on flat rate? I just wouldn't get out. I wouldn't come out the house.
Do you think,
What's
though?
the matter? Go on.
Right. No, I was thinking this the other day. Do you think that the reason why we all say Uber's rubbish is because we were spoilt when it first happened? I think this is their full intention of what they're doing now, because it happened abroad. Now, it came into Sheffield 9 years ago. Rates were brilliant. Over time, it's got worse and worse and worse and worse. And we know now in your WhatsApp group, North East, down in Brighton, the rates have been good. And now the last 6 months, they've been saying, haven't they, that the rates are coming down and down and down and down. I just think that's what Uber wants to do.
We said this the other day. We said, didn't we? Uber's game plan is to literally annoy and alienate all the old drivers, get rid of them, get all the new ones. I think, like, you can tell now the comments. I get a comment and they go, I agree with you, Matty. And then I get another comment saying, oh, just get on with it. You still earn your money. Uber's great. You know for a fact that comment, the second comment was a driver who just started in the last month. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the type of person that Uber wants in the end, is people just don't know none the wiser and just love Uber and what it does and stuff. Because again, you can still earn your money to a certain degree, but you're just doing a hell of a lot more miles than you used to for a lot less rates. Do you know what I mean? But like you say, if you don't know
it's like a £3.17 job popped up on my screen on a trip radar the other day, and before I could blink, it was gone. And I was like, Jesus, are you that desperate?
Well,
yeah.
don't you think? Yeah, but there's a tax. The tax it's private hire in general, isn't it? Because like I can remember, I've been on the taxis now 12 years, and I can remember when I was coming in to do the job, I used to get into taxis and I used to say, "Are you busy, mate?" Yeah. It's not, and they used to say to me, "It's not what it used to be. I'm not earning the money I used to." So anyway, when I started 12 years ago, money were great. Years have gone by, it's got worse. You meet someone now who's in the game, they say it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think it's rubbish. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's it going to be like in 3 or 4 years' time?
You're being negative, Mark.
I know.
You're being negative. It's a great job and all that, because they don't know what it used to be like. Let me just go to the comments there quick, guys, because I don't want to go to be backlogged. Have a good holiday, Vicky. It's going to Thailand. Done my first Uber today since last Monday. 5-mile job. I had to travel 3 miles for 17 quid. That's not terrible, to be honest. I got my car egged in the city centre. Sorry to hear that, mate. I am selling my Tornado 69 plate because of the prices, plus the cost of the wet belt is 1,100 quid every 60k miles. That's it, Jack, and you're bouncing around on Uber on really bad rates with like expenses like that. That's why I've just never thought of like people in V-class and stuff doing them. I just never understood. Yeah, your wheels are turning and stuff, but you got to turn those wheels at a higher cost for the amount of expenses that you have. I've never looked into the Toyota Voxy Noah. I've seen them, mate. They're probably good for your Uber XLs, but they're not good for airports. We actually do mainly airports outside of Uber, mate. So the boot space quite limited in with all passengers. Is a $200 ride challenge for 70 rides good? I don't know, mate. I don't even know what that is. No, sorry. Dollars, that's American, is it? Welcome from over the pond. On the app, it's offering an extra £15 for every 8 trips completed tomorrow.
70 trips is easy to do, though.
What, 70?
70 trips is easy. It's
thing
pretty
is,
easy to do.
Over the week and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think that's what he means by that challenge.
Didn't Uber used to do that?
That's what he's saying.
70 trips for an extra
$200
$200.
ride challenge. 70 rides for $200. To be honest, mate, if you're getting free money, why not? Same as that one. Uber's offering £15 for every 8 trips completed tomorrow, which is that New Year's Eve tomorrow, isn't it?
Where's that? Is that for us?
Where's that, Mark? But I'm telling you, mate, remember we used to get 20 quid a job, £10 a job.
£3.17 must be going 2 miles. And mate, it blinked. I blinked and it was gone, so I couldn't even tell you how far or what it was.
No, we've got nothing.
This is Vicky. Hey, the diff on my gearbox went 3 weeks ago. Couldn't get anyone to do anything until the 6th of Jan. couldn't settle a car, no automatics, gutted, not made any money over Xmas or New
now.
Year money. I've got to pay for the oh, that's just shocking, that lad. Sorry, mate. Matty, 33 miles today, going to Stockport, 88 quid. Holiday pays 3 quid. Uber can suck my plums, doing a job over 20 years. And Uber 5 years, it's bad. Bad, I'm leaving next year. Mate, I hear the same thing, so many people are leaving. I think the guys in the buses are going to struggle next year because it's quiet times. Uber gets us to the house and keeps us ticking over. Same happens to the motor trade, Euro car parts, cleaned out all the local firms. Yes, a lot of miles, high maintenance money, especially in the bus. I know, mate, I know. If the driver refuses to do crap paying jobs, you will learn, but nobody wants to stick together. That's the problem of today. Mark, it's not, mate. It's not. Uber will not. If you not, will, no mass amount of people will be able to manipulate Uber that much. You've got too many people just willing to do it, mate. Sticking together with self-employed drivers, mate. Do you know what I mean?
It's not
I
right.
just think we should go forward. If you're happy with Uber, crack
Just
on.
do
If
it.
you're not happy, move on. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, same with Jack over the buses, mate. It is bad, isn't it? But yeah, but that's what there's some good points there. But it is that's what Mick said about his bus and everything else. I think you are right. I think in the perfect world, Uber should just have Uber X, and you get cheap as chips little cars bouncing around, taking little cars about. Then if you need a minibus, go to a minibus company. If you need an exec minibus, go to a chauffeur company. Uber should just stay in the lane with the cheap fares for cheap cars and like Uber Eats, but you're delivering people, not food. That would be the perfect thing, mate. Then everyone would be happy, like, do you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't. I think they could still have minibuses on there. Do you know what I mean? I'm not against
Good enough
that.
for that, though, are they?
No, the bus works fine, mate. Honestly, you can't grumble at the bus rate.
Are you happy with the Uber XL work?
Yeah, the XL bus work.
So what you're saying is, when there's no XL work, you're quite limited then because you don't want to do X in the bus.
Yeah, pretty much.
I get you now. Sorry, mate. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you could consistently get XL work, you'd be happy in it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
I go out,
I get
and now for me, a shift's got to rely on being XL work there. I don't think the XL prices are terrible. I mean, they could be a bit more. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that they're charging exec XL, like Jack's mentioned, we've said that in the past on the podcast as well, that's going to make a damaging effect to the likes of us in the tornadoes, and he's already noticing it down in London. Do you know what I mean? So that was bound to happen, but I think they're about £2 dearer than us.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I do think still though it's a pre-launch promo. I don't think they'll keep it. Look how expensive Uber Exec is compared to Uber Car.
Uber X, that's what I mean. If you
it's a big
compare
difference,
them,
mate.
they've got to because I just don't get it. And that's another thing that's probably taken its toll on like me saying going out. Like I tried it Boxing Day and I just looked at the rates and the first 4 offers were Uber X, and I had 3 jobs booked in that day anyway, private work. So I didn't need to touch Uber anyway, but I just thought I'm out. Let's have a little.
Are you doing it tomorrow?
3 jobs come in £4 for the next, and I just went, you know what, turn it off. I'm gonna go out, Mark. I'm just gonna go out with my XL on. See, I'll probably be tick over, but I'm just gonna cherry pick the hell out of it.
Day or night? Are you doing tomorrow night? Evening, early evening.
Well, I think believe it or not, I think I'm gonna do the night. She's on a 9-5.
Yeah.
Night shift,
honestly, mate, you'll clean up on XL only tomorrow night. You will do. If I went out last night, if I went out tomorrow, I'd be on comfort and exec only. I'd turn X off. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not
straight off. I turn that off on a Tuesday night now. It's that bad.
Yeah, I'm not. I can do X's though in my car because even though it's an expensive car, it's super cheap to run. Do you know what I mean?
You're in a car. You're in a car. Do you know what I mean? However you look at it, like you say, I know you're an exec car, but you're still in a car.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I was in a car, I'd probably be all right doing them jobs. But I just don't think that they've lowered the price that much on the X jobs. It's just it's far beyond not worth it. Like say, there's a sweet spot around the £6, £7, £8 mark for bus lads to do that work, but it's few and far between. You're just getting ping, 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 ping all the time, and it's £3-4, or it's 10 miles going for £12, and it's just not doable in a bus.
No.
It's too much, isn't it? Are you working tomorrow, Mark?
In day, I'm not going to do tomorrow night. I think I'm going out. I think.
Yeah, I'm going to like a little house, like a little family thing, mate. Tomorrow
Yeah.
night, I never work New Year's Eve. I have always found when I did do it back in the day, this was before the bad rates, I've always thought it's been overhyped, me. I think because every single driver on the planet
We'll go
works
out.
New Year's Eve. Normally, I think it's always a bit disappointing. Do you know what I mean? Especially the last few years. But this year, with these new rates, I don't think anyone's going to be happy working tomorrow. I really don't. Even if it surges, it's not going to be great surges, is it? I reckon the local companies with all them, obviously they'll have loads of they'll have loads of no shows, won't they? They'll have loads of messing about, the local companies. But I reckon the amount of people that will be waiting for an Uber to pick them up and they're not going to come, they'll then go to the local company.
Yeah.
One of the lads who worked Alpha over Christmas, he said it was dead because Uber's so cheap. Not many people booked the local companies, right? But when they did, they moaned at the price of the local company and they gutted because Uber was so cheap in comparison, but no one would pick them up and they had to go to the party. Do you know what I mean? And that's how much it affected Christmas. Uber's so cheap, it pulled all the passengers from the local companies. Do you know what I mean? Which made the local companies quieter. But then the only time local companies got any work was because the people were peed off that no one would pick them up on Uber. Do you get me? It was like a vicious circle over Christmas. And it'd be the same thing tomorrow.
Then you've got to deal with pissed off customers as soon as they get in the car. If you're on the local firms as well.
Because they're fuming that they're paying like 30, 40 quid when the job was flipping 8 quid on Uber, but no one would pick it up. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, I've found this loads when I've worked over the years on the New Year's. Is sometimes you work when you least, you know what I mean? I've worked early morning, New Year's Day sometimes, and I've been chocker because everyone worked the night before and was sleeping on New Year's Day morning and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But every single driver in the UK will be working tomorrow night. Honestly, it's such a over. Honestly, it's crazy, isn't it? The roads are that busy because of just taxis and private hire because they think it's just going to be unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But you know, when you're talking about craziness and everything else, did you hear about one of the lads who got attacked? Obviously, not mentioning no names, got attacked in his Uber. So one of the lads we know got attacked in his Uber by his passenger, right? Because he weren't 100% sure where he was going because he was a little bit out of area. He was on the outskirts of Liverpool, and he was following the sat nav, and the passenger was fuming with him, saying you're going the wrong way. And he went, "Well, it's Uber. They won't charge you any extra anyway. But I'm just following my sat nav. That's where Uber's telling me where to go." So they got into a bit of a argument, and the driver pulled up and said, "Get out, mate," because obviously, blah blah, you're being horrible to me, blah blah blah. So the passenger got out and started volleying in his car, like kicking his car. So the driver got out, and then in the end, the passenger ended up fighting and hitting the driver, and hit all his face and that. And that's just the stuff we got to deal with while receiving really, really poor rates. And I just think it's just getting out of hand, isn't it? And going forward into 2025 is just going to go better or worse? Do you know what I mean? But the fact that you're getting filled in for the £4 job or whatever, it's just going. You just going back to delivering bloody pizzas for Domino's, isn't it?
You might as well.
Do you know what I mean? What?
I said you might as well.
Might as well, ain't you? Well, I don't
Honestly?
well know. Anything to do with a living. Do you know what I mean? Get your head kicked in.
Honestly, like when he told us, it was like, that's just shocking that on Uber as well. Do you know what I mean? Like he's reported it and all that, like, but it's what's going to happen. So his word against theirs, isn't it? But yeah, it's just stuff like this. You hear stories going on, like, did you hear about the Uber, I don't know if it was Uber, sorry, he was a private hire driver in Liverpool. He was speeding, he got caught speeding. So then they pulled him over and he was doing balloons, nitrous oxide balloons. So then he swabbed him and he was positive for cocaine and also cannabis. And he was out working. in Liverpool, and he was a second-plated driver. Like, I just can't. I can't even
I defend
comprehend
that.
that. That's a lot of mixture of drugs that in it while working.
Stoned
Eh,
off
do you
and
know-
cake and on
Eh.
balloons.
Anything to get through a shift.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience, Mark.
Yeah, Mark definitely
Got
had a
something to
few
say?
things. Had he?
No, I don't drink. I don't drink and drive. I like to keep my car nice and clean. I don't want to spill it.
You know, some drivers obviously. You know, some drivers don't obviously do like a little spliff of an even and stuff like that, don't they? They used to relax and all that. They wake up the next day. It's in the system, but they're not. It's not affecting them. You have that type of person that get done and stuff like that. Fair enough, you're getting done, but it's kind of not doing it while you're on shit. This fella was smashing balloons while driving, and positive for cocaine and weed while driving. I was just like that. I seen the article and just went, "Wow, me, how bad's that though?"
But I
It is
wonder if
bad.
that was just in the system from what day was this?
I can't remember. It was on it was only in Liverpool fixtures, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, do you reckon it could be like the night after like Boxing Day or something like that? And
Yeah,
it's still in the system from the night before.
Yeah,
What
but
an excuse for doing balloons while he was driving.
I know.
yeah, but
There's no
that's
excuse.
still can't defend that, obviously.
No.
But I'm saying the other stuff's
Yeah.
probably just in the system, isn't it?
So, but like if you like said if you had a heavy night out, just say you had a heavy night out New Year's Eve and you got up and in the afternoon, New Year's Day, you're completely safe and fine to drive and you drive and you get swabbed and you get the stuff in your system. It's bad. Do you know what I mean? But you're still illegal and everything else. But like it was last night, it's not affecting his driving, blah blah blah. But yeah, he was doing balloons while driving.
This is the thing. He's got no leg to stand on because he was doing that behind the wheel. Why are they going to believe him saying they were from the night before? They were in my system. They're not, are they?
Oh.
He's getting a
stuff I've seen lately.
he's getting a buck through at him there.
Yeah, it
Livelihood gun.
doesn't.
The lot.
What's that, Matt?
I'm going to say the livelihood. His livelihood would have
Yeah,
gone
that-
now. Gone.
That's it. That's it, mate. And that's the thing with us, isn't it? You lose your license, you lose your job. Obviously, he's lost his job anyway. But even like just like general speed and stuff, you can just lose your license, can't you? But like
Yeah.
these days with Uber as well is, you know, all like the fake complaints and stuff that go in and everything else. I put this on DM News. Go and have a read because there's a video of it of his actual sat nav footage. It's one of the lads I know. Obviously, he wants to stay anonymous, and he was driving in town, Liverpool, and as he was driving down the road, right, the passenger was on the other side of the road, and he crossed over. So the driver stopped. The passenger walked in front of the car, and he got to the window. And because it was at night, he confirmed the name. He went, "Oh, what's your name, mate?" And the fellow went, "It doesn't matter," and cancelled the job and walked away. Right? So the driver went, "Fair enough," carried on going, and he got turned off from Uber, and he got reported for trying to run over his passenger.
Shouldn't laugh.
Mate, honestly, right, he was offline for 4 days. He sent in the dashcam footage and everything, and he literally was off the road for 4 days, mate, because the Uber passenger complained about that. But then he sent in the dashcam footage, and literally the car stopped, and the passenger ran in front to get in the car. He wasn't even moving when he was honest to God. And yeah, he lost 4 days' pay. And the amount of people that message me about stuff like that, about these fake complaints or these complaints to drivers, and they're just getting disconnected all the time. It's just flipping shocking, isn't it?
It's always been the way with Uber, though, isn't it?
There's no physical office to be able to investigate, is it? Like if you got disconnected for Alpha, you could dive down to the office, can't you? Well, listen, lads, here's the dashcam footage. You'll be back online in an hour.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
Do you know what I mean?
the local firms would probably just determine us to take the driver's word for it. They would do, wouldn't they? It would. You know, next time.
Complaint.
Yeah. Next
What?
time, next time, if you do hit him, make sure there's no evidence. You know.
Honestly, imagine that though. Hey, phoning like a local company. Hey, what your driver's trying to run me over? Behave, lad. Stop it. No, he didn't.
Yeah. When was that? Boxing night when you were running across the road in town, yeah?
Honestly.
Phone down.
What about the drug sticks they chew? Muslim lads chew cat. Makes them high. I don't know about that, Jack.
No.
Cat? Like a Kit Kat? Do you know that cat?
No, it's like a. I've heard of it. It's like a wooden stick, but it's got whatever stuff in it and on it or whatever. I didn't know it made you. It's like a legal high, basically.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
There you go then. Legal high. You can do it then.
Let's smash it. Let's all get the cats in.
But I don't know. I've never. I don't know what effects it has or anything or like thingy. I've never been there to try it.
That myself. Yeah, I've never heard that myself.
No, I haven't.
Do you know what I mean?
Just Google it. It's like just like a piece of wood.
So I'm gonna start taking a stick with me then. Get a splinter in my gum.
Oh man.
Turn into Popeye.
Yeah, Jack said wooden sticks they chew on it gets them high. It's riding. Don't know, Jack never. Obviously, all jokes aside, I've never heard of that, mate. I'll have a little Google on that later.
Oh well.
Have you got it? So what have you got planned tomorrow? Are you just doing Uber eyes? You've got no privates or nothing like that for the New Year's Eve?
Yeah, I've got a Birmingham in the morning. Got a Birmingham.
Have you? Yeah.
4:30.
Just going to do that before and after.
I'll be back for 7:30, 8 o'clock. I'll probably work till about midday, just after midday, and see what's what.
Yeah, you get according to that, it's banned in the UK anyway, so they shouldn't be using that in.
There you go.
In the UK.
The cats.
Yeah, it's a Class C drug.
Cat and a coffee. Mm. Oh yeah, yeah. London, we see it all. Yeah, in Liverpool, you chew on real cats. But what's going on? Yeah, so a little bit. What are you selling, Nick? You got anything booked in tomorrow, private or anything? Or just a bit of puberty in the evening?
7:30 in the morning, I've got a job.
What is it? A little JLA?
No, money. 80 to money. Just looking now. I forgot I had it, to be honest. Yeah, 7:30 in the morning. Do that. Pretty much come home, chill. Probably have a nap in the afternoon, and then she's on like 9-5 at night. So kids are going to Grandad's, and I'm gonna do a shift on Uber.
9-5 on Uber.
What night? Yeah, you're gonna do 9 at night to 5 in the morning?
Yeah.
Yes. Old. Hey, that's an old school Uber shift. That means.
But do you know what?
Remember we used to.
No.
What?
I couldn't do that. Or end up getting locked up, I think.
I couldn't do that because it's past my bedtime.
I could do a private doing that. No, I just couldn't do it. Drop them off. Couldn't do it. I might try it one night and see what happens.
Right. We used to do it. Like back in the day, we've had a few little last man standing videos and stuff like that. When Uber was boss back in the day, we all used to remember Mick. We used to do the last man standing videos. So what happened was like 4 or 5 Uber drivers will all go online at 7 p.m. and then we'll all keep working. And then the last person to go home won. Oh, it was flipping boss back in the day. Obviously, I always lost. As per usual, because I was like 12. I'm like,
it's because you work from home all the time. That's why.
Hey, going into 2024, mate, I am slowly starting to really lose my patience with Uber. I am doing with the actual Uber driving. So I'm going to start cutting that down this year. Definitely. And just hopefully I get a few airports to top it up.
Yeah, Uber's all right when you're filling in the gaps, because everyone always used to say to me when I'm doing my privates, when I'm doing airports, they say, "Oh, do you do this full time?" Because I do, but I do Uber to fill in the gaps. Oh, do you find it busy? And I went, no, not really. But
the way this is the easy part about Uber for the likes of us doing airport work and things like that. It's just easy to fill the gaps for us, isn't it? That's the problem. I'd struggle to do this now full time Uber.
I promise you right now, I could not do this full time. If I didn't have my airports and YouTube and TikTok and all my other little bitty bits going on.
If I was Uber full time, I wouldn't be in a bus like.
No, I'd go. If I was full time, I'd go back to welfare. But listen, this is going to be obviously on TikTok and stuff anyway. But this video's not going live for a few days. But look at this. This was circulating, right? This driver done 2,400 quid, nearly 2,400 quid on Uber, right? So what we've talked about Uber being situational, right? It works for us working in and around airports and other bits and bobs, right? This fella must be doing full-time Uber, like sleeping in his car, right? I don't know if you can see this. Uber took £761 commission off his 2,371 quid, and he was left with 1,600.
We don't want to see that.
On Uber, I reckon if this fella, right, done the exact same hours on his local company and paid 125 quid commission, do you think he would have earned more or less on the local company with the Christmas tips, etc., etc.? Because this was Christmas week, wasn't it?
But don't you think Uber's busier than the locals, though?
100%.
So
Uber's busier.
Would you earn the same amount? Would you?
I reckon
Honestly,
you'd earn the same amount.
Do you recken?
Yeah.
I reckon you do less jobs.
What, the 2,000 or the 70?
Jobs, less miles. But I reckon you do more money and more tips. Especially, obviously, local company would be really big.
Do you reckon you do more money? I don't know. I reckon you probably thereabouts the same.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, obviously your tips are different. Do you know what I mean? Put your tips aside. Your tips will obviously be extra.
Well, you got 100 quid in tips. So if he got 100 quid in tips, he must have done over 100 jobs. I reckon 80, 100 jobs, 120 jobs. Must need to hit that amount of money.
£100 in tips? What's he doing? I don't even get that in a year.
No.
It's the amount of tips you've done. I reckon it's just the amount of jobs. It doesn't tell you how many jobs he's done.
Does it not say how many hours he did?
No, nothing like that at all. No, not at all. Just literally how much commission he. I reckon he lived in his car that week because it's Christmas week. He's probably trying to get as much money as he can from Christmas before January hits. So he's made the right choice. I'm definitely not trying to be negative on him, but it's more the fact of like, if he done Christmas week on the local companies at a time and a half fair or whatever, instead of Uber, he definitely would have ended up earning more money or not.
I think it'd be the same. They're about the same.
I reckon he would be out longer as well, doing local.
Yeah, we can't though. You're doing the same hours as them.
That's what
Vicky's just said that.
All right.
Yeah, so you're doing the exact same hours.
Same hours.
So you're saying you'd earn less.
I think they come out with less than me.
I don't. Not a time and a half.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Just say he done 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. as a guesstimate, the full 7 days. So he's done over 100 hours, 7 till 7, Monday to Sunday. That's just say he's a shift as an example, right? But he paid 750 quid in commission, right? If he went local, as an example, Liverpool, Delta, whatever, he paid 120 quid commission. That's 500-600 quid less commission.
So essentially, he's only done 1,600 quid though, hasn't he?
Right. My neighbour across the road, he works for the local firm, right? He works for
the
local.
More than that on Uber.
But listen, right? My neighbour works on local taxis. I do Uber, right? And the other day, I went out and did 4 or 5 hours. He went out all day. He did. What did he do? 18 jobs all day. And I think he went out, I don't know, 7 while. It were back after me. I got back about 2 o'clock. So say 3 o'clock. So he were out longer than me, and I spoke to him. I think he did something anything between 20 and 25 jobs. In that time, I did 5 hours and I did 13 jobs. I didn't ask him how much, so I did. He did a lot more money. He did a lot more jobs than me. And then he said it were crap. He didn't tell me how much he earned, but I told him how much I earned, and he went, "Oh, mine weren't far off that. I earned £88 in 5 hours."
If you're working that out at 100 hours on Christmas week, you are taking well over $2,000 on a local firm for 100 hours Christmas week.
Time and a half. Just say time and a half, even double time some firms on Christmas Day.
And if you put that into perspective, let's just work it on $2,000. He pays to settle off that.
On Christmas Day, it's not going to be that busy. It won't be that busy. I've worked Christmas days before, and I've been out 2 hours and not had one job. It won't be busy. You'll probably get one job in an hour, and it might be 20 quid. That'd be it.
I've worked Christmas mornings before, once, and I think I worked from like 5 till 9 one morning, and done 200 quid on Christmas morning.
And how long ago was that?
That was on Alpha, pre-COVID, 8 years ago.
So you might have. I
Can't tell, can you? It's too far away for that to tell.
You couldn't judge that for this year, obviously. But I'm saying that's what I've done in the past. Do you know what I mean?
If you did Christmas Eve night back in the day,
That was
Christmas
when-
Eve night from
but that's
midnight till 4, and then you probably earned that money.
That's got to be when my first was. Didn't even know what Christmas was, so you're talking 9 years ago for that.
Yeah. I just think what I got told by a lot of people, is Uber was unbelievably busy over Christmas. The local companies was not as busy. But when you got a job on the local company, it was stupid money. Where obviously all the jobs on Uber were really poor rates. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes less is more, innit?
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? But I know lads sort of fluttering between the two. Do you know what I mean? Because you might get like free bogies on the bounce on the local firm and stuff like that because they've been waiting for ages or whatever.
See, the bottom line is, though, I'd still think you'd make more money on a local.
Because
Because
in that scenario, even though we paid 750 quid commission, you reckon he would have made more money than the local company?
Well,
I'll
because
pay
of the
the fixed
commission,
120 quid commission.
because of the commission, regardless, you'd make more money. So if you're basing it on 100 hours,
Yes, it could be 50 hours. We don't know.
no, but if you're basing it on
Yeah.
100, just say it's 100 hours or even 50 hours or whatever, it's got to be 70 plus hours. That nearly
He
£3
ain't
grand.
he ain't doing 1,600 quid in 50 hours.
That's what I mean. It's got to be 70 plus, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely 70, 80 hours. I reckon he's probably done, like, realistically, 8 to 10 hours, 7 days a week, hasn't
That's what I mean. So if you look at
Realistically.
80 hours on a local, you're doing on Christmas week, you're clearing £2 grand. Easy.
Easy. So
And
you
that's
reckon he would have earned more, he would have banked more money in his pocket on local than he would on Uber? I think.
100%.
Because even if you take off the extra commission that Uber took of 760 quid, right? That is £640 more than a local company would have took. So before he even got moving, he was £640 more. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
That's sickening, isn't it?
It's depressing.
£200, did you rob the customers? No, it was just back in the day when the taxis was actually worthwhile, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, how are you feeling, guys? Do we have a good little podcast or what? Do you want to call it a day or what? I've missed boxing anyway, so it's like I'm rushing off for boxing. But
And
I've got to do it.
I do apologise for that.
No, don't worry, mate. You're letting me. You're bloody helping me out, pal. So don't worry. Oh, wait there. I think it's off. Wait there.
Yeah, what Vicky's cab driver for more than 30 years. Being a cab driver for more than 30 years, in the last 5 years, they've noticed in the last 5 years it's proper dropped off. You never know. We all might wake up tomorrow and the rates might have gone back up. There might be the old surge again. 2 times the amount and what again? You never know. They're up to something anyway, Uber. They're up to something.
I reckon, mate. I reckon this hasn't returned since. I reckon it hasn't returned since COVID. I know obviously Uber's gone really bad, but I'm on about just generally the trade. Since COVID, mate, I know like everyone's working from home and you got the TWAT shifts where everyone works from home Monday and on Friday. Do you know what I mean? The whole mentality of people going out clubbing, that kind of died off because of COVID and everyone's doing the house parties and everything else. I just think it never fully returned after COVID anyway. Do you know what I mean? And just what Uber's doing now is just obviously making it worse. I don't think it actually fully returned. We had a good 6 months after COVID, the near craziness of everyone spending the money and all that, eat out the help out and all that crap. We had all that, but I mean...
I know a lad who stayed on the taxis during COVID and worked.
I did.
Put a screen up and mask on and all that. He said to me the other day, take me back to COVID days. I was earning more money in COVID than what I am now.
I worked it, but I was lucky because I had an NHS contract and I had 2 school runs for vulnerable children, so they still went into school. So I was all right. But I went from 20-odd jobs down to 6 jobs a day.
I remember, I think I tried everything in COVID. I tried all different companies, tried everything. I struggled, mate. I
Bear
done
in you got to bear in mind he's obviously saying that because he were getting reduced settled, he were doing this, he were doing that, all that as well. Do you know what I mean?
No traffic was a big one. Oh my god, no traffic. That unbelievable. I remember the first morning when the lockdown come in. I drove into the city centre. I got out my car. My car was parked in the middle of the Dale Street. I got out the car like a zombie apocalypse, and I was like that 8 a.m. morning rush hour. It was so weird. Honestly, it's like that COVID. I can't believe we got through it. I reckon kids in 30 years' time be talking about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I can't believe, hey, did your dad survive COVID? Honestly, it was a crazy time. You think about it now, isn't it? But now everyone's got COVID now. Last week, everyone's sick and got COVID and all sorts, and everyone's like, yeah, just crack on, lads. Do you know what I mean? And no, Lee, there is no New Year bonus for Uber, mate. No,
Isn't
mate. I
the 8
think
jobs for 15 quid? Or is that
Can you remember?
Yeah, it's got a promotion. They'll have a promotion on, mate, but that's just to kill the business, isn't it?
It isn't. There's no promotions.
I promise you right now, I reckon Uber tomorrow night is going to be chaotically busy, and I mean, constant jobs every 5 seconds. It's just the rates are going to be that bad, and the jobs are going to be so far away from you. You're not going to accept any. It's just going to be bling, 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 bling. Honestly,
I'm just
like
going
if I
out to
was you
cherry
now,
pick.
little bit of advice to you right now: if you're working New Year's Eve and your car does anything other than UberX, turn it off. Turn it off. If you've got comfort, leave comfort on, turn X off. If you've got no other option other than UberX, turn it off and leave UberX priority on. So at least then you get a little £2 extra per job. Everyone will be booking Uber priority X, comfort, exec, XL just to try and get home. Do you know what I mean? So Mick will get loads of XL work tomorrow, and it probably won't be one passenger just because they're paying the extras to get picked up. Because a lot of people are keen to pay extra but Uber won't allow it because the fares are so low. So people will book the extra options to get picked up. Do you know what I mean? If I was working, I would just do exec and comfort only. I'll turn X off.
Priority as well.
You're not
Turn
did you
I'll
say
leave priority on if it didn't have exec on or comfort. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely. Because I think it's going to be crazy busy on Uber. I just don't think the rate's going to be good, and I just don't think the job's going to be anywhere near yet.
I think it'll be crazy busy that I'll have to turn Uber priority off, Uber X priority off.
Yeah. For you, Mick, 100%, I would have XL only on. 100%. Yeah. Just don't do what I done the other day. Is when you go out the next time you go out, you don't forget to turn it back on. When I was sat there the other day, and I was like, why is it so crap? Why is it crap? Why is it crap? Sat there for 45 minutes, and I had exec only on. Fuming. This is crap. It shouldn't be this crap during the holidays, honestly. And I was like, oh, guys, I forgot to turn X back on. So yeah, don't do what I done the other day. It is bad, isn't it? It is bad. But listen, guys, we call it a day. We happy with that? This is going live New Year's Day, sorry. So I hope you have a good New Year's Eve, everyone who's working. And I hope you two have a good time as well. But obviously I'll be speaking to you after this. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Much appreciated. Hopefully 2025, the podcast will be getting bigger and bigger and better and better. Looking forward to it. And yeah, please follow Driver Matty and all that jazz, all that stuff that I do. And thanks for tuning in, as per usual, guys. Have a lovely time, and I'll catch you all later. Thanks again, Mark. Thanks again, Mick, for tuning in. Heroes, hopefully next year, we'll be going on to a bigger, brighter future. So I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, thanks again, guys. Much appreciated. I'm going to end it right now. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.